Alright. Another plugin, another snake oil video. I know there are a lot of them lately, but it's just, I think it's the season or something. It's the plugin release season. But today we're going to talk about PSP. So they've released a new plugin called Saturator, PSP Saturator. They did send an email to me asking me to review it. So that's what I'm going to do today. Let's get started. Alright, so the PSP Saturator. Let's quickly look into this thing. Let's quickly see what this thing is about. This is it. It's very vintage. It has got wood. It has got that dark wood. Like the front of the tape machine has that style of wood as well. If it would be a little bit more modern, like what I like in modern things is that it's a bit lighter. So that's why my desk is as light as it is. We've chosen to use a very light wood and we've epoxied it so that it's like indestructible. But yeah, the PSP has dark wood on the sides. We've got a very nice knob here for the bypassing, although you actually need a screwdriver to bypass this with, which is kind of annoying because, bypassing is like A/B testing and you should actually just have a toggle or a button to press for that and not like this thing that's like kind of annoying. I really like the bypass on, for instance, the distressor and that type of bypass knobs are better in my opinion. Got input mix output. I don't see a function for automatic gain compensation, so maybe it's built in. Open, more screwy things. So I hope this plugin comes with a screwdriver. Mine didn't. Got frequency, warmth, level, saturation, shape, warm tape. Oh, these are the... Oh, cool. So we have multiple settings in here. Oh, this would be a good one to note down for my big tape compression shootout video where I'm going to put a lot of plugins to the test compared to a real MCI tape machine. I think these are two EQs. What is this? Metering, I think, and we of course got the whole settings, preset page up here. Configuration menu, tooltips show, very good to show the tooltips because I'll probably need them. So yeah, let's quickly take a look at how it sounds then. I don't know what they're promising, we'll see, but let's first listen to how it sounds. All right, Sandstorm, Darude, pop version, cool track. Alright, is it already doing something?
Everything feels so abstract. Yeah, it's complicated. What you say,
is it
you act,
boosting my gain?
So confused. I don't
really?
Know what to do anymore.
Are we doing this old trick again? Of course we're doing the old trick again because it's a company that's in business for a long time. But there's an update for you, PSP. We don't believe plugins anymore that do an automatic gain boost when we insert them. Like, this is the default setting. Like, I didn't change anything. This is the default setting. Wait, let me like do this. Like here, default setting. On default, it shouldn't do gain boosting because you're faking it then. And in general, gain should stay normal when it's in the box. I know you want to be vintage and that kind of stuff, but please use the computer power to help us to like...
So abstract. Yeah, it's complicated.
We can at least link the input and output, but
well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do.
I mean, when a plugin is already doing this, I'm already not really interested anymore. Like, okay, this is the first thing they're faking. Like, what will be the next thing? Normally, I really like the stuff from PSP, but this is I'm a bit annoyed now. All right, anyway.
Everything feels so abstract.
Let's up the saturation.
What you say, the way you act, well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make
it's not a huge level increase, so that's
my heart drops when you play around.
But this is already better. Like,
don't want to think about it right now. Maybe you just want to be friends, but there is a fight when we are talking.
alright.
So
So some nice tape saturation. So what I'm really interested in is more like, of course, we've got an EQ in there with frequency and level. But what is warmth doing? That's an interesting one.
Everything feels so abstract.
Oh!
Yeah, it's complicated.
I actually like that type of warmth. That's actually something that I've been working on my tape machine. Getting more warmth from the lower frequencies. Doing that with calibration, of course.
Can't you just make up your mind?
Yeah, and then of course you can level it, yeah. Okay. So, we've also got multiple settings in here. Oh wait, we have softness here. So, okay. Kind of cutting it, I think. This is actually really interesting because this is literally what I've been tweaking on my tape machine. I don't know if this is literally the thing, but this is an interesting story, so I want to tell it. But the problem I had with my tape machine was that it did saturate very well on the default settings. I had it a bit higher in level so that it saturated a bit easier. But what I found was that although the saturation was cool, it was saturating a bit too much in the high frequency, so the sound was a bit too grainy and a little bit less in the low end, and I wanted to get that upside down. So I've been tweaking the filter settings, the bias settings, and the level settings on the tape machine to get it a bit more in that direction. And I'm still like fine-tuning it, like constantly working on it. But this seems to be the same thing that they're doing over here. Although softness, it's not really giving me brightness, it's more giving me less high frequencies. It's getting a little bit dark, so I don't know what they mean with this.
Everything feels so abstract. Yeah, it's complicated. What you say, the way you act, well, it makes me so confused.
Hard valve.
I don't know what to do.
Hard valve, yeah.
Anymore.
Like a guitar amplifier.
Can't you just make up your mind?
Medium. Oh, this sounds good. Medium valve.
My heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't want to think about it right now. Maybe
And
you just
fine,
wanna
yeah.
impress, but there is a vibe when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines.
Whoa!
Even if I
Really
can't deny that
drive
all
it.
the things you said are hurting. Still wanna be with
I mean, the algorithms are good.
you. I think you want
Why-
me to.
Why do they need to compensate with that gain trick?
Baby, I wanna be. Oh, baby, I wanna be.
Soft clip,
Baby, I wanna be.
hard clip.
How it hurts to see you smile.
That's pretty good hard clipping actually. So the sound is okay. Sound is okay. What do they claim? Refined algorithms and pushes the quality of saturation to a new level and can virtually heat up your productions. I think this is just a new vintage warmer. Or like the improved vintage warmer. I like how it sounds. Problem with most distortion plugins, and maybe this is because of the way that they're modeling it. I've been talking with a lot of developers to understand how plugin modeling and plugin design works, and there are multiple ways. But one of the things that I've been talking about with developers is the dynamic range in saturation. So the basic way that the saturation in a plugin works is using some kind of an impulse response or whatever. But that's only for one level. While music, it goes up and down and goes all the way. So there should be like an infinite amount of impulse responses to make sure that you get all the levels of the signal that you can send in there. And there are multiple ways of course working around that. There are plugins that actually use multiple impulse responses and then calculate what should be in between. There's a completely different way of modeling things. There are a lot of ways in which this can be done, but this is still a problem where improvements can be made, and that's something that I could really clearly hear when listening, like most of all on that soft valve and warm tape setting. It really gives more depth than the usual saturation, or it's just me. Could also be. Maybe I'm being influenced by the fact that this looks vintage. Who knows? Anyway, what do they claim? You can buy it. Of course, you can buy it for $69. Nice. What is the normal price? And that's 30% off, so it would be 100. Yeah, it would be $100. That's kind of on the more expensive side. Good thing, by the way, is it runs on Apple Silicon. Like native. They have a native Apple Silicon. A lot of features. Oh, actually, does it do oversampling? Quad sampling. So this is without oversampling. How can I enable FAT? So FAT is... oh, that will take up some time. Yeah, so 6 samples delay. That's still good. Oh, we've got resistors in here as well. You know what would be cool? If we would completely overdrive the plugin, like going plus, like in the dBFS scale going plus in here, and that then the transistors will then burn out. That would be really cool. I mean, that's like also, like if you model something, model it all the way. Sidechain high pass, I think. Smooth, makeup. Post-saturation makeup percentage. So that should be turned down maybe a little bit. Let's play with this. Ah! If I put this like this and then this. This makeup gain should be 0. In the default setting, the makeup here should be 0. Because if it's 50, we get this. We get that gain boost. So it's actually a setting in the plugin where you can make sure that you're not getting that gain boost. Because what I've seen is that when I'm playing with saturation, that kind of stuff, it stays linear. Like there is auto gaining in here. Like it's out of our way. It's not we cannot turn it off, but there is auto gaining. But it's just set up in such a way that when you insert it, and that's just some bad stuff. Oh, I hope that I'm not causing an earthquake now, but because of doing that. If so, let me know. But I mean, really, like this, and I've been complaining about this all the time. But as long as we keep doing this, I will stay the complaining guy, because, like, and this is a question for PSP: are you that uncertain about your own products that you need to do these type of compensating marketing tricks, whatever, to make sure that more people will buy it, or like what is going on here? Like, I think that in the long term that it can only harm you to do these type of tricks, like increasing gain, because more and more people will see what is going on. Maybe because of my videos, but I hope more people, more YouTubers as well, will talk about this, because it's just faking it. But yeah, I'll shut up about it. But yeah, I really don't like the makeup gain. So there's one more switch here that I want to try. So I think let's just see what it does. Oh wait, tooltip. Sets the output limiting or soft saturation mode. Oh, okay. So we can... okay. Yeah, I know what that can... let's see if we can drive it, of course. But this will make sure that you won't clip. And then if it clips, like, what should it do? Off would probably be just clipping the DAW. Saturation and limiting would be, like, saturating the output or limiting. Let's see what saturation... Yeah. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. And limiting, yeah. Even if I can't deny. I mean, all those things are done so well. So why then do like different gaining? Also, why wood on the sides? Also, why shiny knobs? I mean, all these things combined, you're better off with a Saturn with like some good presets. Well, that shouldn't be the case, because the foundation of the plugin, the audio, that's good. But the workflow, user experience, it's like I understand 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when people were switching from analog to digital, they got a new interface and were like, but wait a second, I'm used to the old thing. I understand that, but let's move on now. Let's move on. We're now all digital. We're using iPads and iPhones. Like the new generation of audio engineers probably doesn't even know that an EQ used to be analog and had knobs. Like, really, we should move on. So PSP, if you're watching, you probably will be watching, take it for what it is. And also know that it's coming from me, who is known to be a complainer, and also somebody that will rarely like something. So keep that in mind as well. Yeah, that's it. That's my conclusion for the PSP Saturator. It's $100 if you buy it, but of course you can try it as well. So I'll link to the Saturator down below so you can try it yourself. Would I recommend it? I liked the most for the warm tape shape and the soft valve shape. Those two shapes. I like how it sounds in there. And from there, it's of course like an easy way to get that sound. If you don't have a tape machine, I can understand that this could be a very handy plugin to have. But I'm not like shouting to everybody like, hey, buy this thing and it will solve all your problems, because it clearly creates a few workflow type of problems. And maybe if you get it, turn down this makeup to 0, and then maybe override. I don't know if that's possible, but override the default setting and then make that your default. Then it's already way better. So yeah, that's it. As always, I'm disclosing everything. So PSP sent me an email if I wanted to review it, and I said I'm very busy at the moment. Not sure yet, but when I decided this morning that I wanted to review this thing, I went to my user account to get a trial, and apparently they have already given me a license, so I didn't ask for that, but hey, that was the only way to get it. So that's what they did give me. They don't know that I'm making this video. They don't get a preview whatsoever. And of course, I'm not being paid. So I'm staying completely independent in what I'm saying. If you appreciate that independence, then make sure to support me using the links down below. If you buy something on Sweetwater or Thomann using one of those links, I get a little bit of your purchase, well, basically paid in my bank account. And that way, I can stay independent, and it's a pretty easy way to help me. Another way to help me is by pledging a bit to my Patreon campaign, which I'll link over here. And on Patreon you get early access to videos, answers to your questions, and some other good stuff. So check it out. It's all on Patreon, of course, what you're getting. Last way to support the whole YouTube platform is by watching more videos. Like, YouTube doesn't want you to stop watching. So I'll link one of my videos over here, but also feel free to watch something from a different creator, which will be in a recommended somewhere around this video. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Keep pushing, and bye-bye.